Now entering the atmosphere of Planet Zero. Scanning for signals. Incoming broadcast. Shift destination, VSS Page Turner. Begin transmission.
Hello, and welcome back to the Book Club from Planet Zero, everybody. With me, as always, your longtime host, Eric.
Me, I'm Eric, longtime
and
host.
Your new sworn-in full-time host, no longer a co-host,
The
Christian.
paperwork went through.
It all went through, and last week we talked about it. We brought on a very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Hello, I'm Tommy. You may know me from the Three Curlies.
That's right. That's right.
Yep, the Three Curlies.
I'm also part of a famous wrestling tag team called Two Man Job.
That
I am-
is factual.
And I used to
I've
be
heard about
a co-host of another podcast called The Stoner Files.
That is true.
Yeah,
is true.
I heard about that.
Best of luck finding those files, but that is true.
Good luck.
They're stoned somewhere.
They got stoned.
I haven't heard any of those, but I believe it.
Welcome to the podcast today, everyone. It is a special day. It is a holiday as we record this. Time of recording it is St. Patrick's Day. All green today. We brought Swami Tatami on to talk about the
Swamp Thing, yeah.
Swamp Thing.
In honor of St. Patrick's Day,
We're diving into the green.
we got rid of all the blue men in our attic.
That's right. We
got
drove
Swamp
out
Thing?
the worms from
No
our
worms.
brains.
Yeah,
Some of them.
no worms in these
Some of
brains.
And there's no phantom power affecting us today.
Oh yeah, it's also St. Patrick's Day. We got worm-free beer. We
Hey!
certified beer from space that has like no. They say there's
No
no
worms.
worms. Yeah.
I was about to drink the mic.
I don't know how they get that worm taste without the worms, but that is good.
The
is
worm
good.
tastes without the worms.
It's like when you get a sugar-free soda and you're like, I would never be able to tell the difference.
Excuse me, there's not enough worm flavor in my worm. I said worm. It's not hot enough, you know.
Anyways, speaking of worms, speaking of swamp, speaking of dirt, Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
I just
wow.
finished the last volume, volume 6.
You're part of it, crew now. You're
I'm part of the. I'm part of
the boys.
I'm part of the swamp. Part of the green.
You're part of the green now.
I'm one with it. You know what I mean?
You've seen Abby naked.
I have seen Abby naked. I saw her take her top off, and that guy was like, "I'm gonna get pictures of this.
Hell yeah, take a photo of that one.
I'm gonna sell this to the paper."
You're a longtime Swamp fan too, aren't you?
Oh yeah, since like yeah, from the crappy soap operas to the crappy movies.
Did you watch those actually?
Yes, I did.
What?
Yeah, I did watch. I'm old enough. Well, I was like a wee baby.
Were they coming out?
Yeah, no, they were like out. I think like 80.
The movie it was already out, right?
You're
late-
playing.
early 80s.
How did you discover Swamp Thing?
My mom used to watch the Beauty and the Beast, Ron Perlman soap opera.
I remember that. My
yeah,
mom
yeah,
did
yeah.
too.
I do remember that.
And-
Wait, your mom watched the Swamp Thing soap opera?
No, just the Beauty and the Beast one, right?
Right. Yeah. And then,
It was,
but
I was there was a Beauty and Beast one too.
yep, and I swear there's a Swamp Thing soap opera,
Yep.
and it's right after that. They would play that. They love.
I thought you played Hero.
Oh, that too. That's HeroClix. That's awesome, but that's how I knew of Swamp Thing was the crappy real life stuff.
Yeah.
And I
But all the
started going-
comic nerds that were playing HeroClix were all like, yeah, Swamp Thing's actually a god.
Moore
You should read the Alan
That's
Moore.
exactly how it went down, and I was like, "Is he really that cool?" They're like, "Just read it, just read it."
Just read it, you dweeb.
Listen, I'm going to take out a copy right now and quote it, and then it's
He just starts reading the Metron stuff.
They're like, "Well, what?" His
just
lungs are
look at this. Look at this
potatoes.
swamp chair picture.
Look, he turns into a chair. Yeah, I just finished volume 6 where he turns into the Mobius chair.
The Mobius chair.
Oh my god, that's funny that you knew Swamp Thing through HeroClix and then eventually read the comics because I have a
Yeah.
friend.
And also the show,
Yeah.
soap opera show.
Dude, I have a friend named Phil, and he loves Daredevil, and I'm like, oh yeah, the comics, and he's like, no. I'm like, oh, you like the TV show, and he's like, no. And he has this board game that he plays that's superhero themed, and his favorite character to use is Daredevil. And I'm like, that's why you're a Daredevil fan? He's like, yeah, he's so fucking good. And I was like, okay, well, read the comics. He
I
is
get
very
that.
good.
That's fucking
Devil's
funny.
Onslaught, like the video game where he spins the shit around.
It's a good game.
Justice.
But Swamp Thing, dude. We're talking about the Alan Moore run because we just finished up our saga, I'd say, of me reading it.
The saga of Christian.
The saga of, if we think about it this way, season 1, you recommended One Piece, right?
Yeah.
And I recommended Moon Knight.
Yes.
And I caught up on One Piece. And you gave up on Moon Knight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not my fault.
It's not your fault. No, it wasn't
it's not.
good, and that's fair. That you weren't enjoying it, and you were honest about it. And it's like, yeah, well, don't read things that you aren't enjoying. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying One Piece. I'm going to keep reading it.
Yeah, it was
but
great.
I'd say season 2 is I'm reading Swamp Thing. You're reading Annihilation,
Yes.
and I finished before you. And I got to say, man, good recommendation. Solid rec.
I'm
Yes.
on. Yeah, I'm on a
I'm
roll
sure Tommy
here.
would because
strongly
you recommended
agree.
it to
Yeah,
him.
It's life changing.
It is life changing.
I'm part of the Swamp Thing cult.
I like Sweet Potato now.
yeah,
I like the sex.
I didn't really like Sweet Potato before I read Swamp Thing. I really like Sweet Potato.
because now you think it's a sex potato. Now
I
you think
get it.
it's
Yeah, I do get hard after I eat a sweet potato.
Oh.
hey,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
Mark this mature.
Good night, everybody.
I really suck at I was like when I finished reading that, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go find me an alligator.
Wrestle
I'm
it.
gonna go wrestle it.
So you make sure you
Wash
go
my-
from behind.
Here's the thing. All of their power is in closing their mouth. So if you just keep their mouth
Closed.
shut, they don't have a lot of power to open it, and you're good.
Suplex them and spin them around, whatever the
Yeah.
hell Swamp Thing does.
And I heard that if you get your arm in one, you're supposed to instead of like trying to pull it out, you push it further in because there's a flap that separates. No, seriously, there's a
I believe
I
you.
swear to God, there's a flap that separates the lung from the where like they can bring in water when they're eating something like their stomach, and if you flip that flap physically, you'll drown them.
Oh shit!
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
they'll
And
just-
remember,
they'll just
if you're
start
getting-
drowning.
If you're getting chased by one, make sure you do a little zigzag. We called them serpentine, in the industry,
Serpentine if you're running from an alligator,
especially like a
Why
horde
is
of them.
Nort giving alligator?
That's your
advice?
Norton voice.
Everyone's Nort voice is that voice. Don't lie to me. But
off
Swamp
topic.
Thing, dude. Speaking of Swamp Thing,
I got book 6 here right here in my hand.
I sped read book 6.
We got to the part where he turned into a boat, though, right? That's
I got
very
to the part
important.
where he turned into a boat. That is true.
We're gonna,
part
this is the
6
only
opens-
podcast. I'm sorry, go on.
No, you're good. So at the end of part 5, for our listeners, he ended up on a blue planet.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the blue planet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he built
Oh,
Abby,
yeah.
and he built Sub-Constantine.
Subconstantine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got mad at Constantine.
Get out of here.
Constantine. That's because I'm Sub-Constantine. Your subconscious made me. And that's why I'm Australian. No,
Salt off, you prick.
sold off you prick. I'm you.
You can't get rid of me even though I'm not here.
Where can I get a cigarette in this blue world?
He has one, dude.
Oh,
I
does
think
he?
he's just like smoking a cigarette.
I gave you one. Don't worry about it.
I made you very accurate.
Damn,
But
my
he leaves that
subconscious.
planet. He tries to shoot to another planet to connect to vegetation.
Yeah, what's the next planet?
Ron.
Ron.
Oh,
I call it
yeah.
Ran.
Ran?
Yeah, I call it Ran.
Okay. What do you call it, Tommy? You're a big
Ron.
Adam Strange guy, right?
Let me get you. Don't get me started.
Don't get me started on the Strange.
Yeah,
I'm
Adam
addicted
Strange. He's something with a backpack and
He went from being blue and now he's red.
to it. He's red. He is red.
Red thing.
Yeah, and we talked about it last episode, but there's like a scene in Volume 5 where he finds Adam Strange's rocket backpack, and it's like says Seattle,
It
Washington
says
on the
Seattle.
backpack.
Yeah.
So he's like,
I
someone from
recognize
Earth is
that.
here. So he like goes into town, and he's like, he stops in the middle of town. He's like, has anyone heard of Seattle, Washington? And I'm like, is he doing
And
crowd work?
everyone's running away.
you
Anyone
guys know
heard of
this
Seattle,
joke?
Washington? Always raining there.
And then-
What's up with that?
He walks up before that. He walks up and finds a statue of Adam Strange, and it
Yeah.
says Earthman. And I remember he like reaches out towards the Earth part, and he goes Seattle.
You say he knows what Seattle is?
He has to.
This must be the guy from Seattle.
And Adam Strange just shows up like a motherfucker. Like, yeah.
Start shooting him 'cause he's like,
Oh my God.
Yum, 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 yum.
Well, should we give a little context on who Adam Strange is? Right?
Tommy, tell us who Adam Strange
Adam
is.
Strange,
Guess,
all right.
Go ahead. Guess gets greens, as they say.
Whoa, Adam Strange. All right, he's this guy. I think he got hit by the Zeta beam. Is that what it's called?
Zeta beam,
The
yeah.
Zeta beam, and like it starts off with him. I swear I thought it was London, but it might be Australia. And he's like running through like a mall. He's like, I don't remember this mall being here. He's like, I need to get to the jump point.
Yeah.
The jump point. Yes.
I'm not explaining Adam Strange at all. I'm talking
You're
about the
explaining
book
how it-
6.
Oh, so
Yeah,
he's pretty-
I don't know
he's
jack
pretty-
shit about Adam
Oh, Adam
Strange.
Strange. Adam Strange is the guy who got hit by the Zeta beam and got brought to Ran, and then he they make him a warrior because he's from Earth, so he knows violence, and they don't. They know science. And he fights a war for them,
Losers.
and he wins. He becomes a hero. He gets the princess, but then the Zeta Beam randomly sends him back to Earth, and then the Zeta Beam randomly hits Earth. So
he-
as long as he gets hit by the beam, he gets transported to Ryan.
Yeah,
where
he has a
his wife
device
is.
that tells him when's the next Zeta beam going to be. It's
Okay.
randomly around Earth.
Yeah.
So the next time he has to be to his hot alien wife, he has to go to this beam.
Yeah.
My
randomly
wife,
around
she's
Earth.
so
So
hot.
whenever he gets back to Earth, he figures out the location, he scopes it out, and then he gets ready for the next time it's going to be there.
Oh,
And
so
so
that's-
that's why he was like, "There's not a mall here the last time I was here." He's like, "This is bullshit." Because sometimes it's years.
It was in a
before he gets the
bathroom,
Zeta
right?
Beam.
Yeah, dude was
Yeah.
taking a massive dump, and he was like,
Excuse me, I'm going to crawl in here.
"Oh, Crocky, what are you
He's
doing
like,
here,
"Crocky,
mate?
I'm
I'm taking a
trying to
dump."
He's like, hey, I'm
That's what they say in
He's
Australia.
like, hello, I'm Adam Strange. He's like, who? Yeah,
He's like, "You wouldn't fucking know."
It's not a beam.
I'm part of the Justice League. I'm Adam
not.
Strange.
It's
Yeah,
a
he
part-
is.
it is.
They let everybody
They let
in there.
everyone in.
They let everyone in.
It's like
Jeez.
Netflix giving comedians Netflix specials. They
It's
just
like,
give
yeah,
anyone.
if Detective Chimp and The Question can
All right,
be
now
in
you
it.
take that back. Hold on. Now you're
Detective
there's a
Chimp
fight
rivals
wars.
Batman.
Yeah.
How dare you?
yeah.
And he's a chimp. So,
And he's a chimp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
and
has the-
elongated
He has the
man.
strength of 6 Batman.
Okay, why are you taking shots at all the cool superheroes?
What?
The question? I mean,
I'm not taking shots.
The
I'm saying
Question is
it's
cool.
amazing. They're cool.
Okay, I thought you were saying. I thought you were taking shots at.
The question is, why isn't he a full time member now?
He's such a weirdo. Anyways, so then he eventually talks to Adam Strange, and Adam
After
Strange
a
is
battle,
like,
of course.
After a battle, but then also some Hawk people are there.
Yeah.
What are they? Therans?
Thanagars.
Thanagars.
There's a
It's like
long time
Thanagarians.
rival between with them and Ran.
But they're offering them to help them with Rand's
famine.
famine
Dude,
if they give them the Zeta Beam.
Oh, that's right. Give us the Zeta Beam, Rans. We'll help you with
I
your.
like it. I like at the end of the Adam Strange stuff. Adam Strange is like, wonder why they would want the Zeta Beam. It just gets you to Earth, unless they have hostilities towards Earth. But if they did, I mean, I'd hear something about it, right?
Dude,
like
you
if Thanagarians were going to invade Earth, I'd know about it, right?
You got to think they're
And
not.
then- and he's like, guess not. No worries. All right, Swamp Thing, go home. There's a Green Lantern who's a plant. Go find him.
Oh no, dude! He helped with the. There was like
There's a famine.
a famine going on, so
Yeah.
he had to like channel into the deep ground.
So after he talks with Adam Strange in English, and Adam Strange is like, "Oh, you're from Earth," and they kind of
we're
like
having a famine. We need food,
Yeah.
man. We need your power.
he's like, "Can you make vegetation come back?" And
Oh,
Swamp
he
Thing's
heard-
like,
he heard about
"Probably."
Gotham.
He said Swamp Thing, and then
He wasn't. He was actually
heard,
in Gotham.
yeah, he heard about Gotham. He heard about what
What he did in Gotham.
Dude, I heard what the fuck you did in Gotham.
Can you do that here? And then Swamp Thing's like, "I gotta try." And then he brings it to the Elders, and the Elders approve it. And then the Thanagarians try to jump Swamp Thing.
Yeah,
and
what
kill
the
him.
hell?
Yeah, because we want the Zeta Beam.
Because they want to do bad things.
They hit it with
it's
the
crazy.
mind numbing
You
beam.
can't trust bird aliens. I
yeah,
tell you what.
honestly, dude, I'm reading.
if an alien's a bird, don't trust them.
Little sidetrack. I am reading Infinite Crisis. There is a part. It's called the Rand Thanagar War. It's fucking nuts. It's kind of like your equivalent of Annihilation,
Yes.
probably, where it brings in a lot of alien, like outer space.
It'd probably be closer.
DC stuff.
It might be closer to the Skrull Kree War.
Yeah, probably. Though all the like the factions, like different planets, like join sides and stuff.
Oh,
Because
shit.
the Tamaranians also get involved. I also learned there's a
Okay.
I just learned this recently. There's a faction called the Spider Guild in the DC universe. They're pretty much like all the arachnoid aliens
I don't
joined
like
together.
that.
And they're-
there's enough spider
Yeah, but they-
aliens to have a group.
have their own guild
I don't
and their own
like-
faction.
That's like in Marvel, the Serpent Society. That means that there's enough snake-themed villains to have a whole group be snake-themed villains.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
How do you
No.
feel about this big snake? I don't like it.
His name's King Cobra.
Oh, King Cobra. All right, he's pretty cool.
But Jesus.
oh yeah, sorry. I went,
So
oh, yeah.
no, so Swamp Thing brings vegetation and crops back to Ran.
Oh, we're gonna skip
Yeah.
over the most badass part of the whole.
What's
was
that?
Adam Strange getting in the fight.
Oh,
with-
showing up. Oh, he does.
Yeah.
He fucking fucks up those Thanagarians.
Oh,
uses
hell yeah,
the-
dude.
The backburners.
Yeah,
on Hawk.
he lets the Hawk dude catch up to him, and then he burns his face off with the jetpack.
Then he gets
Dude,
his
yeah.
arm broken.
He gets smashed by her mail or her maul.
I remember
or
they
her-
tried to chop up Swamp Thing with an axe, and of course it didn't work. It just got a slosh.
Yep.
Should we put that as the header?
We might.
Swamp
We
Thing's
might.
head getting chopped in half.
And so after that, he jumps, and then he jumps into some weird like.
Well, he helps the vegetation, yeah, and then he
Yeah.
jumps. So should we? Oh, we should crack this
Plant
bad
water.
boy
He like
open,
threw
right?
like that water cat. That's how he defeated.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The chick flies into the water pet that he has. So there's this water animal.
what an idiot.
And then he tells him about the planet where the water animal's from, which is also where like So the issue after that actually is Abigail's.
Yeah.
Abigail's father.
Gator.
And
That's
Gator.
name? What? Who's
Gator.
Gator?
She
Wait,
got
you keep talking
fired.
about Gator.
Remember she got fired from the school for autistic kids, so then she goes to work at a retirement home, and there's that mean orderly named Gator who's stealing from
That's
them.
right. This is the what I come for Swamp Thing. Abby's side missions. Here we go.
That's where you stay.
Working in
It's
a
like when you buy Spider-Man, and then all of a sudden you're playing as Mary Jane.
yeah.
That's some good missions.
So we got. She went from a daycare of autistic kids to
Old people.
to old
Retirement
people.
A place of hope to a place of, ooh,
To like,
these
ugh.
guys are going to die soon.
An old man being mean
There's
to
no
everybody.
hope for you. You're at the end, buddy.
Especially if Gator's watching them.
Did you enjoy your ride?
Yes.
Yeah, Gator.
Yeah, especially if Gator's watching
Gator's
them.
the opposite of Life Alert. He pushes you down to steal your
Yeah.
fucking watch.
It legit.
He's the opposite.
Move out the way, lady. Get out of my way.
That's a nice ring. Ah, she had a stroke.
That's a nice life alert. Let me
She
take
was on the
that.
ground and she was here. I was trying to
The
help her
jewels
out.
were there. You know what I mean? Now they.
She's reaching for a life alert and he swipes it. Ha!
Oh, now I got two.
I got
I
two.
got two.
All senior citizens need life alert.
and
Remember that?
grandkids, so
I
they
don't
can
believe
call
that.
you.
Well, that's what the commercial said. What would you say?
I said, and grandkids, so they can call you instead. You're just sitting here, and then Gator comes and pushes you down the stairs.
Don't put your parents in a retirement home.
Gator.
Gator.
They're not doing anything about
He
it.
steals my pudding,
And they're like, all right, Grandma, shut up. And they just go and do their own stuff.
This guy better have an article in the DC
There's also
Wiki.
the old German dude who's like, I fucking hate my family.
Oh my god, that is so sad. This is sad. I don't
And
like-
Abigail's like, oh, it'll be okay. And then the head of the home is like, come on, Abigail, leave him alone with his family. And she's like, I don't think he wants that, but okay.
Quit smelling them, Abigail. Let's go.
This is really sad.
Sounds like
my
dad.
dad.
Can we get to? This is sad. Can we get to the part
What,
where
you don't
like
want
he
to talk
gets?
about her dad who's Frankenstein?
I want to get to the part where Swamp Thing gets brutally raped by by a massive
I don't want to talk about this part.
by
You
a,
guys have to
a
talk about
cosmic
this part.
power by
Where you
by this massive like cosmic alien that we have no idea what it is. It's just a lump of like landmass in space with a conscience, and it just
Oh, it's like Ego, the living planet for Marvel.
yeah. But this one's more vague on what it can do because like so Swamp Thing's floating through space, right? He's trying to get back to Earth.
His consciousness
His
is.
consciousness, right? And
He lands on a planet.
yeah, his consciousness hits this planet, but it's not really a planet. It's like a hump of landmass that, or pretty much he forms
That's
a
what
body.
a planet is.
Yeah, but it has a consciousness. We don't know what it is. It's supposed to be. It's because it's metallic too,
Okay.
and it's also has a life. Or anyway, so he forms a body because he felt a vegetation on this thing, and then this landmass was all like, "Ooh, what is this being I can touch?" And it grabs onto his body, and Swamp Thing was all like, "Nope." Gets his consciousness, slips his consciousness out of the body, but then it opens a wormhole, like a time wormhole, to rewind that whole thing where he gets his body back. Where he
Oh.
forms a body, and then it just keeps him in this space to start injecting all these needles into him, and he's like. And by the way, there's no text box. Whatever. We're all getting this from the perspective of the
Planet.
this planet thing,
Yeah.
and it's talking about how it's inseminating its seeds in this body of Swamp Thing.
Ew.
And then, yeah, it's pretty graphic. Yeah. Thank you for letting me
I'm
go
glad
on
I
like
sped
this.
read through it, and I was like, I don't think
Oh
this
my
is
god. Yeah, I had a hard time reading because it was very wordy. I
It's
had no
super
idea what-
wordy, so I just kind of like skimmed it, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I had to
He's in
wait-
space. He's in space. He's flying to the next planet. That's all I need to know. Next planet.
Okay, yeah, let's skip this
I
part.
ran into my arch rival, Wall of Text.
Wall of
Curse
Text.
you! Wall
Yeah, I
of
actually I tried to read this.
for the pictures.
I tried to read this at work, and I was all like, "This thing is talking a lot about like it's a lot of big words." So I had to like go home and like, like
the photo.
yeah,
Oh,
well,
big words from.
yeah, big
News
words
Boy
helped me.
Legion.
Yeah, thank you, big words.
Thanks, big words.
Big words wrote this. Yeah,
Shout out Flippadippa.
Yeah.
and his dad.
And his cool dad.
Oh, his
Anyways,
dad didn't want to be there.
No.
anyways.
So yeah, that skip that horrifying
Wall of Text.
little bit of cosmic horror right
he
there.
ends up on a little planet where everyone's a plant.
What
And
was-
unfortunately, making a body means making a body out of a bunch of people.
yeah, does everyone know who that Green Lantern with the carrot head? Yeah, the with one eye. Yeah, he has a whole planet of carrot head people.
There's a whole planet of carrot head people. brown
So when he
carrot
got there,
people.
his consciousness went a little haywire
well,
because
he
like
went
all
to
this
go
vegetation.
connect. He went to go animate the vegetation into a body.
Yeah.
but the vegetation was the people.
yeah,
So he made it. yeah, immediately you were like,
Oh, what the hell's happening?
he absorbed a bunch of consciousness into his own, and they all started talking. He was
So
like, "Everyone,
good.
shut up! Shut up! Oh, I can't think. Shut up!"
but then the Green Lantern guy comes in.
Yeah, the Green Lantern comes in and removes the body by body, individual by individual, and And then he has him like locked up in like a little energy containment thing.
Oh, that's awesome. That's my
That's some
favorite
good
form of
shit,
Swamp
yeah.
Thing. Would you get
Yeah.
a figure of Swamp Thing where it's just like
Would I
that?
get a figure of him as energy?
As his
As 5
consciousness.
or 6 different multicolored balls.
Yeah, I like how his Swamp Thing's
Dope.
thought patterns is like personified by like a bunch of dots.
Yeah.
Like just in a capsule that the Green Lantern caught. The veggie guy. I'll call him Veggie Guy. I'm pretty sure he has a name somewhere in all his
His name is
wall of text.
McCannell or something like that.
Or Carrot.
Kill.
Did you guys kind of feel like it was
Markle?
kind of fucked up what Swamp Thing did to him? Like made him think his old master was alive.
Oh, yeah.
No,
So-
absolutely. No, you were almost there. Go
Yeah,
back.
I was-
Mind fucked.
Yo, he was like, because he's like, if only I had a body, I could find another signal. And he's like, he looks over at his dead mentor, who he's been like mourning this entire issue, this entire story arc. This Green Lantern is mourning the loss of his mentor, and he's like, what I wouldn't give to walk with him one more time, to be in his presence, to feel his wisdom about me, to be able to say goodbye. And then Swamp Thing's like, I just need a
Walking,
body. I just need a
eh?
Hey, I
plant
just need
body to live in.
a plant
And
body.
then he's
There's
like,
a body over there, eh? So you hop
so
right
he puts
in
him
there.
in his mentor's body, and he walks with him, and he takes a stroll with him, and he reminisces about his mentor, and he's feeling good, and he's like, God, this is what I needed. This is what I needed. And then Swamp Thing's like, okay, I'm gonna try and find a new signal. Thank you so much for helping me solve this signal scrambling problem. And he's like, no, thank you, need it. You've given me more than I could have ever asked for. You've given me a chance to say goodbye. Goodbye. And then, like, before he even says goodbye, his master, like, the mentor falls limp because Swamp Thing's already gone.
he didn't have a chance. Yeah, that last walk, but he didn't say goodbye yet.
I like to think that he is now a Swamp Thing villain. If we read Modern Swamp Thing, that guy
yeah.
shows up and tries to fuck him up.
Oh,
You
my
ruined
God.
me.
Also, we should point out that Adam Strange comes back to Earth and was all like, Abby, I just want to let you know that your man Swamp Thing is alive and well. He's on the planet of Ran, and she does not believe him. Like, this fucking kook.
Chester comes out and is like, hey man, come on, relax. And he's like, no, I get hit by the Zeta beam, and then it's like I'm on another planet. And Chester's like, yeah, I've been there, dude.
Yeah,
I do drugs too.
I eat
do
the
that.
yams.
Look, I eat the yams too, buddy. We call them sex yams here. And then we get to my favorite guy. Oh, wait, you want to say
Oh,
something?
real side tangent about the whole like the Master and Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
You guys ever watch the episode of Batman animated series where Mad Hatter puts like that dream device on Batman's head and like
Yes.
makes him think that he's like
Had a perfect existence.
and then Batman just loses his shit. He's like, "What did you do to me?" He's like, "I just wanted to make you happy." When I read that the first time, that's what I kind of got the vibe. But he didn't snap off on him like Batman did. Like, that's all. I just wanted to talk about that
That's a
good
good
episode
one.
of Batman.
Next, what happens next?
Oh, Metron.
Metron.
So-
So anybody who's been listening to our podcast for a long time will remember we talked about the New Gods, and one of our good boys, Metron, has one of our favorite chairs, the
Mobius chair. It outclasses Professor X chair, even outclasses the Chief's chair from Doom Patrol. This is up there on like top 10
Chairs.
chairs in DC. Oh, not DC Universe. Just it's comics.
You know what?
Comic
Fuck it.
general.
Fuck the Game of Thrones. Fuck the Throne of Swords or whatever the fuck. Fuck all other cool
Fuck
chairs.
that the throne that no one sits on in One Piece.
Top
Yeah,
10
fuck
chairs in comic books. Number 10.
Top 10 chairs in fiction. Number 1, Mobius chair.
The Mobius chair. He just floats through Metron. All you need to know about him, he's a new god. He floats through space gathering knowledge in his Mobius chair. I love that shit. He just flies through space. He just
What
looks
a
at
lazy
things.
boy.
It shows up.
He's a lazy boy. I think it reclines too. I think
It should, I mean, it can transverse time and space. I think it can
I'm
recline.
pretty
can
sure there's a
also
cup
poop in
holder
this chair.
somewhere
Could you
implanted in
imagine
there.
it doesn't? It does have a bedpan. But
So-
anyways, so Mobius is going around, hanging
He's flying
out.
through space, and pretty much his Mobius chair. I know the thing that we were popping. It ran out of juice.
No, he finds a mother box that's giant, and he shrinks it, and that takes up all of his.
Is that what happened? He found a mother box?
Yeah, he finds a giant mother box. See, there he is.
Oh, shit.
And he shrinks it, and that took so much energy that his chair is out of element X.
X element.
X element.
element.
So he's stranded there. on this
Meanwhile,
planet.
Swamp Thing flying through the galaxy.
Meanwhile, Swamp
Meanwhile-
Thing's consciousness.
Swamp Thing's. it latches onto the mother box.
Yep.
And it's
Yep.
all like Swamp Thing.
Swamp Things. Because mother boxes are in tune with nature.
and Metron does not
I
care.
didn't know that.
No, that's what it says.
No,
that's
I didn't know that
Is it
until,
true?
until I
Yeah.
read that.
They talk about how Mother Box has a communion with nature, and that's why he
God.
was able to find it.
I should have read this before.
Wow,
I
you were
came
so
here. I'm
focused
sorry.
on that weird space rock raping him that you were like, I don't
Because
even care
that
about
was
Metron.
because I was tripping when I read
X
that.
material.
I was tripping when I read that. All right, it was
Remember when
a
that planet violated his rights?
yeah. He's a god.
He's yellow now, though. Swamp Thing's
Oh my god! Now there's yellow Swamp Thing,
Mustard.
mustard. We call him mustard Swamp Thing in the industry.
There's the relish Swamp Thing. That's your default Swamp
Yeah.
Thing. There's Ran Swamp
So-
Thing. That's ketchup Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
So
And
Swamp
there's
Thing
mustard yellow Swamp
becomes-
Thing. I want a hot dog now.
Yep.
So
What
Swamp Thing comes to him. He comes to Metron.
Yeah.
And he's all like, what am I doing here? He's like, well, I'm stuck here. And he's like, you need a chair, buddy? I'll just become your chair. So
Yeah.
Swamp Thing becomes
He's like, your
chair.
chair's out of gas?
You know what? Fuck it.
Watch
This is gonna be. This is gonna be in our the picture for our podcast. Is this swamp
Him
chair?
his chair?
Yeah, swamp chair. That's a good picture right there. I have a Metron figure with the Mobius chair. If anybody could make like a Swamp Thing chair like from this panel,
I could introduce you to a guy who does make custom figures, Eric.
if you can do that, that'd be amazing.
I can
If he could
introduce-
make me
yeah.
a Swamp Thing chair for my Metron figure, I would be happy.
I have a buddy who does custom figures. I can talk to him.
So now he's flying through space in with Metron. Where does he go? They go through the source, right?
Yeah, they go. Metron
wall?
wants to go to the source,
Oh.
and Swamp Thing's like, Mother Box is telling me the way, and then Metron's like, I don't trust that lady.
Ooh, Mother
Oh
Box.
my god, he hates the mother
He
box.
hates the Mother
'Cause
Box.
it's like telling him all these warnings and stuff.
He's like, you don't know no better than me. I got the Morbius chair. What are you gonna tell me that the Mobius chair doesn't know?
I'm Metron.
I'm fucking Metron.
Because
I'm the seeker.
the mother box just goes ping, ping, ping.
Yep.
he
And
knows
then
what
they
it
go
means.
to what they believe is the source.
Oh, you go through a source wall. And
they s-
it kind of, Metron's having a good old time like it's a Universal ride.
Well, he's seeing all things at once.
Yeah. So this is pretty much like a Universal ride for him. And Swamp Thing, his mind.
It's pretty much a roller coaster.
Yeah, I was saying Swamp Thing goes full blown crazy. Or like,
yeah, he in tune with the mother box and hitting the source wall. Oh,
And also, you guys think he probably had like 4 or 5 sexy hands before he got there.
Oh,
yeah, he's tripping right now. He took some sexy M's before he went on this trip.
Maybe I can eat 4. I had 2 last time.
So he starts tripping, starts seeing everything in the universe, but then his mind focuses on Abby, and he starts seeing her entire life through her eyes.
Yeah.
And he's all
What a
like,
freak.
no, it just means how much he misses her and how much he
loves
loves
her.
her, and he's going through the same pain that she's went through, and he just wants to be there to hold her, and like, I just want to be with my wife. He's like, he sees what she's doing recently. She's all alone
They
except for
went to-
that Chester freak.
Where do we end up?
Where he end up?
Yeah. Where do we end up next after we see all that?
oh,
Dark side.
yeah. Like you said,
We're on apocalypse.
Dude, he is sitting. That should be it. That should be our color.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Like Metron has his chair and Darkseid's like, no, it's pretty comfy.
This is
I like
cool.
it.
What is this guy again?
Smells like
Can I-
banana leaves.
Darkseid's all like, no way, you got a Swamp Thing chair. He's like, this is actually Swamp Thing. No way.
Get out of town.
Get out
Parademons,
of
get it.
Have you
town.
seen the Incredible Hulk toilet?
No.
No.
I haven't seen the
It's an
Incredible
Incredible
Hulk
Hulk toilet, and it's just a toilet that looks like the Incredible Hulk, and you sit in his lap and you shit.
Okay.
We should do that with Swamp Thing, but that chair.
I mean, he kind of looks like he's shitting inside him right there.
Yeah,
Probably
so
is.
Darkseid sits on the swamp chair, and he kind of sees what Swamp Thing kind of went through, and he's
Yeah.
like, I think this goes towards because he's looking for the anti-life equation. If you know Darkseid, he's
You know one
Thanos-
thing about Darkseid. You know he wants to end all free will in the
Yeah,
universe.
Thanos-
Hate on Calabac. Am I right, fellas? Yeah. Wait, hold on. I like Calabac. I take that back.
what?
Rewind.
Take that
Take-
Cala back, y'all.
take that
Hey.
camera back, y'all.
Take that. I
Say
hate
my
my father.
Huh?
I hate my father. I wish Kal-El was my father.
That's where he fights him. I
Be my father,
Superman.
kind of, but my dad.
Be my new
But you
father,
beat me, but you're
Superman.
nice about it. My dad beats me and he's mean about it.
He makes fun of my hairy chest. I
my weird beard, my neck beard.
don't even have a neck. It's
He
just all
loves
head.
Orion more than me, and Orion wasn't even around.
He likes fucking Mr. Miracle. That's not even a son.
Can we just? I wish Calabac was real. I would just give him a hug. Bro, I'm sorry that your dad doesn't like you like that.
Speaking of hugs, Swamp Thing wants to hug his wife.
Real bad.
what-
That's all he wants to do.
So,
What happened was he's Darkseid. Yeah, Darkseid sits on the chair. He sees what Swamp Thing sees, and he's
does.
like, you know what? That's what I'm missing in this quest to find the anti-life equation.
He walks over
Love.
to a chalkboard that has
Chalkboard.
spades and mermaids
And all this
an
fucking-
eye
and all these
maybe
weird
one or
shapes
two,
on
like,
it.
decimals on it, and he's like, I do math and I'm bad at it, but you taught me love, and that will make me better at math.
That's what the piece is missing in my equation is love.
As long
Calabac
as
runs in
there's
the room,
free
he's like-
will in the universe, I will be unfulfilled.
Calabac runs in the room.
So,
is
did
all
you
like,
say love, Dad?
Did you
Not
just
you.
say love, Dad? Get back in your
out of here.
cage, Calabac.
Back
Okay.
in your go fight Kal-El.
He's a
Go
better
fight
father than you are.
What?
Nothing. Meh.
Kal-El throws a card at him. He's like, we're playing catch.
Thanks, Dad. What did you call me? Nothing, Superman.
Shut up.
So this is a good issue. I like Darkseid.
What happens next?
He finally finds his way to Earth.
Revenge.
Yeah, but
Before he finds his
goes
wife,
to Earth-
he
we
loves
go-
his wife so much that he kills everyone who took her away from him.
yeah, all the people who were involved that like made him go into
DDI, baby.
space. Not Lex Luthor for some reason, but
He didn't know.
Because he didn't
Yeah.
know it was fat Lex Luthor.
Fat Luthor.
I fight Superman, but I don't
I
play
got
Superman.
a
side note, let's give an appreciation to Fat Lex Luthor from
Fat
the
Luthor,
from the
as we
Batman
call him.
from the Batman Brave and the Bold TV show. Great Luthor.
I have a missile that can
I'm
totally
basically
fuck
the
up Swamp
kingpin,
Thing.
but
I gotta take a nap now,
I
Kal-El.
need a cheese Danish.
Mercy, bring me a cheese Danish.
Mercy.
Jesus.
Oh god, that's my favorite character. Anyway, he kills all the guys who
Killed him.
killed him. Yeah,
Including the napalm pilot who went back home to live with his mom.
Oh,
and she tucks
yeah.
him in, and then like he gets murdered by Swamp Thing in his sleep, and his mom finds him because she's like, "I brought you hot cocoa,
because
Ralphie."
he got suffocated by a bunch of
Yeah.
flowers.
Flowers!
Wasn't it? I know this one guy
That's
came
dark.
in. This
But
one
the
guy
first
had a
one wasn't
bouquet.
terrible. The second one wasn't bad. He left him in a maze of his own lawn.
Yeah, this other guy had a bouquet of flowers and like the roses.
to give
started,
it to
like-
his lady.
He called
and it just-
no, you stupid bitch, I'm dying.
Oh, yeah,
you idiot!
so he pretty much
Stop!
Oh, honey, quit dying. I loved you.
No, I'm fucking dying.
Magic's getting real good.
This ain't magic. I'm fucking dying.
So like as as he's killing all these people, Chester is
Chester's
what
really
Chester's doing.
sad right now because
Chester's
he never got a
depressed.
chance to
He never
eat
got a
something.
chance to eat a yam.
He's hanging out with
oh
Abigail.
yeah, Abby went to go see Matt Cable, who's like
Oh,
in a
shit.
coma, but he's basically dead right now. If you all remember Matt Cable,
She doesn't even go to see him. She never actually goes to
No,
see
it's
him.
right here. This is Matt Cable right here.
Nah, she doesn't go to see him.
She visits him.
She leaves immediately though.
But she does in the John Constantine. She doesn't. You told me he appears again in John Constantine.
Yeah, he appears in Constantine.
Spoilers.
Oh, no, spoilers. Oh, yeah.
Let's finish volume 6 before we start talking about John
Fine. Let's finish Swamp Thing.
I
So
think-
Swamp Thing appears, and oh my god, he turned a man into a tree. I just
Yeah,
missed
yeah,
that.
yeah, you forgot
Holy crap! I'm flipping through this book right now, and this guy turned into a tree.
That's where he's like, don't
Very
bring me
horrific.
any flowers whatsoever. I don't
And
want
then he's
any
eating a
types of
burger that's
flowers.
got tomato on it.
Tomato! Turned into a tree.
Yeah,
And
and
then-
then
yeah.
she turned. Yeah, and then he
Oh.
appears in his in
There it
Abby's-
is. There's Chester like, man, I really
dude,
want
I wish
one of
I
those
could
sex
have had a
jams.
yam.
That's Chester's story arc in this. The hippie researcher. He's always contemplated about trying out the sex yams.
Never got to until Swamp Thing made it back after he killed all of his
I
adversaries.
guarantee you the first thing he said that he did when he saw Swamp Thing, he was like, hey, Swamp Thing,
You gonna
you're
bang your
alive.
girlfriend?
Can I get a yam, please? Can I have just
Can I
one?"
watch in the green?
We're watching the green, man.
I saw that fat guy get lit on fire when
The
he
last
ate the yam.
issue is really cool. It's just Swamp Thing and Abigail catching up together.
And Alan Moore creeping on him the whole time.
And Swamp Thing turns into a boat because he learned how to turn into a chair. And he
There
turned
he
into
is,
a
Swamp Boat. Oh my lord!
boat. And then he's done being a boat. He's like, I'm gonna go wrestle an alligator now, Abby. Check this shit out. And then he does that.
Abigail? Oh,
Remember when that cartoon alligator got eaten?
Oh, that loser.
Wait, hold on. Cartoon alligator alien. He's cool.
Those aliens suck.
Kidman.
Come on now.
Those guys were nice.
They suck.
They were cool.
They were Muppets.
Mouse.
They were very much
They were
Muppets
They
in
were
fucking
Muppets,
Swamp
yeah,
Thing.
you're
I
right.
love you, Swamp Thing. I'm a
love you,
Power
Swamp-
Ranger Muppet. I'm sorry for hating on your boys there, Christian.
No, it's fine. I hate you.
Christian wants all them.
What do we bring this guy on? He's got to hate on my favorite characters.
Get this guy out of here.
Yeah, so there's a character who feels like an Alan Moore write-in, who
Yeah.
because the photographer who puts Abby through all that shit to
Yeah.
begin with.
Well, Swamp Thing builds her a house.
That's
they
right,
can
a House of
retire.
Green.
The big old crazy flower.
Big old crazy flower. And then she's like, hey, Chester, I'm going to stop doing the Eco Club. Is that cool? He's like, that's more than fine. Is it cool if I fuck Liz?
Oh yeah, Liz. Remember Liz from Volume
Remember that
1?
chick that guy messed up?
Dude, she's fucking
You might not
crazy
bang
now.
her?
Yeah, and can I have one of those yams too, please?
Yeah, as long as you guys make yams, I don't give a shit.
And
Come back
me and
here.
Liz are gonna have these yams.
Yeah.
And have sex all the
Just
time.
something bones Abby one time.
Oh, that's spoilers.
He doesn't
so.
have. He doesn't have sexual organs. Christian.
He doesn't need them.
Swamp
You ever
creatures
seen
can't
Evil
have
Dead?
sex. Oh,
Oh man.
Sam Raimi
Sam
man.
Raimi, dude.
don't need sexual organs. He got branches.
Hellblazer.
He can make mushrooms.
You can make mushroom, dude. Oh, that was actually in the. I was looking through that Gotham part, the Gotham arc where he takes over
bunch of
Gotham.
high fives.
There was a
Beautiful.
panel where all these people were smoking weed. It was like cannabis.
Hell yeah, brother. So
Yeah.
so that's the end of the Swamp Thing saga. We've caught you guys up. We've caught myself up.
Yeah, there was an Alan Moore. There's a character that kind of looks like Alan Moore
At
with the
the
big
end,
beard.
he's like on a boat and he's like, "Goodbye, Swamp Thing. I love
Yeah,
you."
he waves the Swamp
Boy,
Thing,
boy,
even though he
Swamp
never
Thing.
met him.
Good boy,
in the,
Swamp
Now
Thing.
sawn off, you fucking wink.
You fucking
yeah, because that
comic book
pervert photographer
publisher.
guy is asking him like, "Hey man, have you seen that Swamp Thing? I'm trying to take
Tell me more
pictures."
about that swamp
Yeah,
thing.
hey, I want to see what you're doing. Come on.
It's like,
let's see some
nope,
photos of 'em.
I never heard of no
No.
Swamp Thing.
Come on, dude. You know about
He
Swamp
deserves
Thing.
his peace. He's been through enough.
Who are you waving at?
What are some highlight moments from all of the saga? What's some of your favorite moments, Tommy?
Batman getting jumped by multiple
That's a
Swamp
good one.
Things.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I really enjoyed when Arcane took over Matt Cable's body.
Ah,
No,
was
not
fun.
that part, but when this is where he gets to meet the Swamp Boys. When
Yeah.
he was like when he went to the Swamp Thing posse, like she got cast down to hell.
oh, when he goes, the Abigail retrieval arc, as
Yes,
some fans would call it.
as some fans like us would call it.
And he was like, I need to go deeper than the green. Maybe like, it just ends up in purgatory. How the hell do you go from the green to purgatory?
You know how?
Yeah. How is like apparently in the green there's like a gateway to the afterlife. That's
That's because
awesome.
plant life are decomposers.
You know,
Like,
oh my god, you're right.
yeah, because
That makes perfect
plant life takes the fertilization from dead, decaying corpses
And poop.
and turns it into life.
And poop.
So of course, he can tap into
And
the
poopy poop.
middle ground. Yes,
And poop.
yes,
Say
and
it.
poop. And poop.
I want you to say it.
I'm saying it.
The
This is
best
fun.
Batman villain. I mean, the best Swamp Thing villain, Nikki.
Nikki the Vampire
boy.
Kid.
I do like
want
the vampire
I
stuff.
like-
I like all the Constantine stuff.
Oh my god,
Constantine
Constantine was
was
a
great.
big. The Constantine arc, which like the whole mega arc.
Swamp Thing. You've got to go to this. I don't want to go to the next location. Fuck you. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to wherever you need me to go. Whatever. Take this piece of paper with the location. I don't care if you show up. If you don't, whatever. You're like, I'm not going. What's it even say? Fuck, that's my house.
Louisiana.
God damn it.
A highlight.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's where I live.
I like Nuke Face. He's a good antagonist.
Oh, Nuke Face. I
how
forgot
do you
all
feel
about Nuke Face. Holy cow.
I like
I mean,
Nuke Face a lot. We're a big Nuke Face.
We're a Nuke
Pal,
Face
what's going
fan
on,
here.
pal. He did like,
Hey, drink this shit. Oh, your jaw's falling off. Anyways, you can't handle your stuff, kid.
I'm dying. Not really.
and that's how we got Babyface Swamp Thing when he's a little tiny.
Oh yeah,
I love you, Abby.
Remember when he's trying to make eyes and she was spraying him with pesticide? And he's like, nope, gotta make a mouth.
I gotta make a mouth now.
Killing me.
Stop, spray. No.
What's that swamp thing? Here, let me spray some more on you.
We already did this joke.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Stop it. It fucking sucks.
Oh, Matt Cable. Yeah. Oh, one thing I want to tell you
I
about
like
Matt
the
Cable.
Matt Cable car crash.
That was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Because Matt Cable, we thought he died in this storyline,
He
but he comes
doesn't
back.
die.
He comes back because originally in the before Alan Moore stuff, he was just a government agent looking for who killed Alec Holland, pretty much. But he later finds out they become Swamp Thing and he marries Abigail. And then he also gets those superpowers where he makes
at
holographic
women.
naked
And does
women. And
nothing with them.
doesn't. Well, in the end, he when he made Abigail's body better. pretty much. Remember
okay,
that?
Yeah, he healed Abigail's body. That's true.
Oh fuck yeah. So I don't know why I said that. Sorry. So he appears again in the Sandman comic line,
Oh,
the
shit.
Sandman stuff in the 90s or whatever, where they somehow they bring him back to life, but as a form of a raven. And he becomes the sidekick to that Sandman for that storyline, and for the next Sandman too.
Oh shit.
So he's known as Matthew the Raven. If you look him up,
No, he's cool.
I like when he
Yeah.
drank.
No, when he's neglectful of Abby, he just sits and drinks beer. I
And
like
look
that
at
for him.
naked
He's like,
women.
Yo, fuck that swamp thing, man.
Yeah, but
I'm
now he's
gonna
a sinner.
Do my thing.
He's a cynical Raven now, but he's also loyal to Sandman. So that's weird. It's weird how they bring him back. I thought that was pretty cool.
Doesn't
though.
he show up in Suicide Squad?
Yeah, tries to arrest them, and then that was a weird like
guys-
cameo from an obscure Swamp Thing character.
I like in book 6, I believe, was shit. I just drew the biggest brain fart whatsoever.
Yeah, dude, I heard that fart. From
I like
over here.
I like the Swamp Thing barbecue squad. Like if Swamp Thing was to have a barbecue, the boys who would get invited: Austin Brand, the
Oh, yeah.
Spectre,
Phantom
the Phantom
Stranger, Dr. Fate.
Constantine would not be invited,
No, but he'll show up.
Kind of like Doctor Occult did during their seance.
Yeah, Doctor Occult's there too.
He is there. Dr. Fate's there.
Chester.
Etrigan, obviously.
Chester.
Abigail.
The aliens. The
Metron.
Metron. No, Metron's not invited.
Metron's
I'm
there.
talking about the crocodile aliens, the reptile
those
aliens.
guys. Yeah, yeah.
that
Well, no, they wouldn't go to a barbecue.
they wouldn't come. Oh yeah, that's right. They don't want to come.
I
Remember when he took
invited.
him to a hot dog stand and was like, "Yeah, it's fucked up here too."
They're horrified. Yeah.
Yeah, they were having a good time.
I invited Jason Blood, but he never shows up.
This is
Etrigan talk shit about Jason. He's like, "Yeah, that guy sucks.
Yeah, with hot dogs.
Doesn't seem to give any fucks."
The zombie that was in the booth, the movie booth.
he's there,
He's
yeah,
there too.
yeah,
He took
yeah.
a break.
That was weird. That was weird. I was like, what's going on with this?
Zatanna, because John brings her, even though John wasn't invited. He's like, "This is my girlfriend. I made sure her dad self-immolated."
Did you guys talk about when it was like the first person serial killer?
That we did talk about
That
that,
shit
guy.
was so
The
cool.
Boogeyman.
I called that the POV. You went to that school that Abigail taught at because he was obsessed with numbers.
Yeah.
and he was also a serial killer. Just like that the kid who's lost his family to the Monkey King is going to be a serial
Oh,
killer.
Jesus, you already know that.
Yeah. He's damaged beyond belief.
Oh, God, yeah.
He doesn't have autism. He has trauma, and no one's appropriately.
That's a
dealing
bad
with
combination
it.
right
Yeah.
there. I think I have that.
you have traumatism.
Well, how many
More
high
high
fives has this
today.
been right now?
Shut up.
We should have a high five counter.
Absolutely not. But you said you read Constantine.
Yeah, I just finished book 1.
Oh yeah, Hellblazer.
Hellblazer.
Constantine gets his own. Sorry.
It's-
Should we bleep that out?
I
Hellblazer.
didn't realize it was called Hellblazer. I thought it was called Constantine.
Hell, Satan.
Hail Satan!
I mean, when you look it up,
Hail Satan!
when you
Hail
look it up,
Satan.
it's gonna be called like John Constantine Hellblazer, but the original run was just called Hellblazer,
Because that's what John Constantine is, baby.
which is kind of cool. It feels like a sequel to the Alan Moore stuff because it does reference things that happened in the book,
The Newcastle
like the
crew.
Newcastle crew. Like he
Yeah, it has to. That's his roots, right?
yeah, like
Yeah.
like they appear again as like people that haunt him because he has guilt.
Who was that nerd with the mom? What was it?
It's Ben Cox, Benji Cox.
She's the mom. Like I said, the mom's part of the crew, right?
The
We all-
mom's not part of. I don't
She
care
brought
if she died.
sandwiches and drinks.
That is true. That makes you part of the crew.
No,
If you have snacks, that makes you part of the crew.
I guarantee you, she bought a pack of cigarettes for Constantine, so that
That's
makes him.
part of the crew.
Constantine, I brought you cigarettes. Benji, what I told you about bringing your mom here? Oh, thanks for the cigarette. Miss
Everybody
Cox.
has like British accent, and she's like,
Oh, y'all want a sandwich? I got one right here. I just made a bunch of them for you.
That's not British. I think
no,
that's,
she has she's the one with the,
Midwestern or
yeah, she's
something
the only one
like
that has like a normal, like
Almost sounds
non-British
Jersey.
accent.
Oh, I also got some
Constantine, are you taking my baby out for another one of your magic adventures?
Oh, he's so proud.
I'm so proud of my boy.
I hope
baby
no lady
boy.
shows up and murders us and then turns
Yeah.
into a bird.
That'll be really lame if I
And also
die.
very specific.
Archie, you're proud of our boy.
Edith, I don't know why you're trying to all the
What's
family.
happening right now?
Turned all of the family.
That's what you
Archie,
get when you
he
watch the Three Curlies, kids.
Oh my god. The three curlies.
It's not. This is the first public appearance of the Three Curlies.
Yeah, the 3 curlies.
Yeah.
Hello.
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 Can we get
ruin
a
it all the
city?
time.
Oh,
No.
That's our improv group, by the way. The
We
Three
don't have an
Curlies.
improv group. That doesn't exist.
You hate
real.
improv.
Exactly.
You can't say no to improv, Christian.
Can say no to improv.
can't say no.
Say no to improv. Say no to drugs. Say yes to McGruff the crime dog.
Yeah, there's dangers and inhalants.
Nobody's eating that crack and cocaine.
Crack and cocaine.
It's terrible.
We're going off topic. Would you own a swamp chair or a swamp boat?
I'd own a
Ooh.
swamp toilet. Like I
Ooh.
said with the Incredible
What?
Hulk toilet, we should make a swamp thing version of it, dude. He needs the poop.
Oh
He
yeah, because
needs it to
he's literally a
It's
walking
fertilization.
garden.
Yeah.
You watched that Delicious in Dungeon
I
episode?
did.
with the golem?
Watch. Yeah. Shout out Clay. I watched Delicious in Dungeon.
It's a good anime now.
It is very good. I just watched the recent episode where they fought the dragon. Spoilers.
So he has a golems, right? That he plants vegetables on them. So he knows where they put the little
He puts it there.
he puts there. It's illegal to make animated creatures. So I just dug them up and put them back where I found them.
So Swamp Thing is a thing who is also a swamp.
Hey, whoa, oh, hey.
So see the connection here?
Are you seeing where we're putting
I'm
the
seeing
lines
it.
together?
I blacked out for a couple minutes for when you were talking about.
We've been
gold.
drinking
alcohol.
beer this entire episode, I think. Are you done with yours?
Me?
Yeah. Jesus, Tommy.
I can give it a bit. Are you done with yours?
I'm done with mine.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, I guess I gotta
Mine's gone.
juzzle
I
the
don't
rest
have
of
any-
mine.
You don't have to. What is juzzle? That
It's
sounds
like
you
guzzle, but-
cum.
Arrgh, I be juzzling me.
juzzling me, boys. Jizz.
Arrgh.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
should we
entire
talk-
crew jizzes in my mouth, and then I juzzle it.
Arrgh. There's a real quick about Metron.
Yeah.
There's a story called Justice League Elite,
Okay.
and this is when Metron would always show up when shit's about to hit the fan. I don't know if y'all like kind of that's how it was in the Justice League cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
It's like the Watcher in Marvel.
there's
Like
like
he's
the,
a seeker of knowledge.
the Flash and Apache Chief and somebody else are trying to find like the space
Apache
heroin. These aliens are bringing in space heroin,
That's awesome.
and like they get there, and Metron shows up, and he's like, "Hey, you guys need to let this keep on rolling because if you stop this, something horrible is going to happen." Like, yeah, fuck off, Metron. And then lo and behold, some type of galaxy demon shows up, and like, hey, hold on, Metron was right. And then they had Manchester's Black Sister defeated.
Manchester Black's there.
It was Justice League Elite is all right.
I'm more of a Justice League Dark guy because we have him here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude!
We
Since,
have
if we're gonna talk
majority
about
of the
magic,
team.
can we talk about magic characters? Can we talk about
Magic
the
the
Day of
Gathering?
Vengeance? Because I read that.
What's that?
It's another side story to Infinite Crisis. Days of Vengeance. It's what happens when the Spectre. So you know how the Spectre needs a body host?
Yeah.
Well, after James Corrigan, it was Hal Jordan for a while.
Yep.
And I don't remember how, but Hal Jordan becomes Hal Jordan again, becomes a Green Lantern again, and that leaves the Spectre just a ghost floating in magic space. So then we have another ghost Spectre entity, Eclipso. He's a god of hate, wrath. You become he infects your body, takes over your body when you feel wrath. He feels that anger in you and controls you.
let it build.
And guess who he takes over? He takes over Jean Loring. This takes after Identity Crisis, after what she did.
Hold on. Have y'all talked about Identity Crisis yet?
I think we have. At
We
one
haven't talked.
point.
We haven't talked. We haven't like discussed the
man.
storyline.
Oh yeah, the main antagonist of it's a really good. It's a really good. But Jean Loring's in Arkham Asylum, and he takes over her body, and she starts seducing this ghost form of Spectre, like because he has no human connection. He's just a floating Spectre, and he's all like, "Hey, babe, you want to like fuck up the world and everything?" And he's all like, "Okay." So he pretty much like romanticizes this Spectre. So he starts killing everybody who's ghost magic related.
Oh shit.
So everything magic related, he just fucks up. Because Spectre is pretty much like one of the strongest magical beings in the whole universe. He only wants to help out when he feels like it. Like that. Remember during the Swamp Thing arc?
Yeah, I remember when he was like,
When
"Yeah,
they
I
were
could
walking
stop
on
that
him.
bird, but I want to fight that big thing."
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
So it's
to
a
fight
big
that
deal.
Thing.
Everyone's scared, so they hide out in the Oblivion Bar, which is a bar where all these
that's
magic
cool.
people come to like hang out. And everyone's scared. Enchantress is there, and she's like, she fought the Spectre and almost died. And
Is
she
my
shows up
boy
this
there?
bar, and she tries to rile up people to
Detective
fight
Chimp
against
there?
this.
Felix Faust there.
Felix Faust is there, I think, but he doesn't. Dr. Occult's there.
Okay.
Jason Blood's there too.
Whoa.
They're like, oh my god, what are we gonna do with this? This is just like the SpongeBob episode with like what we're gonna do with the worm. I guess, which is also a Jaw reference.
Jesus.
But so Enchantress gets Detective Chimp. I don't need introductory there. You guys know who Detective Chimp is.
Who's Detective Chimp?
High quality
He's a
character.
chimp who drank from the fountain of youth, got universal speech, became a detective, finds out that when you're a detective, you have no human rights, so people just don't pay you after you've solved their case. So he
Oh.
kind of just bums off in the bar, and he's like the least likable person there.
I love that.
The bartender is this guy called Jim Rook. I don't know this guy, but he's in the Night Master. He's a knight guy who wields a magic sword. There's the Blue Devil. Do you know who Blue Devil is?
Oh yeah, I know Blue Devil.
He's the bouncer there. He's this guy. He's this Blue Devil who hunts demons to send them back to hell with his trident. His trident sends demons back to hell.
Huh.
So now he's the bouncer. He hates Detective Chimp because he's just the worst bar. He mentions a lot that he's the worst barfly at this bar. I hate
Jeez.
Detective Chimp. You also got Ragman, who has a
I like Ragman.
You know Ragman?
I like
Yeah,
Ragman.
no introduction there. He has a suit. Well, of course, I got to introduce you to the audience, but
Yeah.
he wears a suit that pretty much takes the souls of like sinful people who have sinned, and they pretty much, when you live in that suit, you got to give him your strength, so you can be like your soul can go to the afterlife or whatever.
Give me a strength so your soul can pass on.
yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, what else is there? Oh, and
That's the guy who
Nightshade.
goes to a party and sets up at, like, there's a cover to get into the party, but there's no cover to get into the party. He's just like, give me money to get in here.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he needs
that
these.
jerk.
He needs
like,
these
did you s-
evil people
Are
to.
you a host? Give me
no,
just give me money.
I'm here. Just give me some money. Come in.
And
fine.
Nightshade, you know Nightshade from the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I love the Suicide Squad.
So basically, the Spectre is fucking
love the
going on a
Joker.
rampage, killing all these magic users. So they form the Shadow Pact. They didn't think of that
Shadow
on
Pact,
the spot.
baby.
Nightmaster had to come up with that while they're fighting Eclipso. They have to fight Eclipso while Captain Marvel is fighting what's his face, the Spectre, because the Wizard is all like, Billy, there's some fucked up things going around in the universe. I'm going to need you to hold back the Spectre while I'm going to do some magic shit. It's a pretty anime moment because it's like I got to hold off the Spectre, and the Enchantress starts channeling all her magic into Captain Marvel, and then while they're fighting Eclipso, Blue Devil's like, "What the fuck you doing, Enchantress? You're not helping us." She's like, "No, stop talking to me. I'm trying to flow all my magic into Captain Marvel," and he's all like, "You know what? That's lit. Can you open up that channel so I can be a part of it? You know what? Actually, get everybody.
Make
Open
it
up
an
that
open
channel."
party.
So they open up this channel. All the magic people just start, because when they were in the bar, they didn't want to help out because it was too powerful. But now everybody in the magic realm, they're getting this message that like, hey, give us your magic so we can fight this thing. Give it to Captain Marvel. So
Yeah.
she's linking all this fucking magic Captain Marvel, and it's such a huge fight that it's literally destroying the city there. And there are these big figures just like punching each other in the city. Every punch is like ruining buildings, and it's causing all this magic wave of fucking up the magic universe. There's a city that's being held up by magic, and every time fucking Captain Marvel punches that guy, it makes the city fall down into the water underneath. There's this ancient scholars of magic who forgot how to speak because Captain Marvel punched that magic away. This fight is insane, and they still lost, kinda.
That sounds exciting.
That sounds intense.
Oh yeah, they managed to beat Spectre, at least weaken him. And meanwhile, Detective Chimp and Nightshade, they're getting their
fucking-
secret weapon. It's a teenager called Black Alice.
Black Alice.
They had to get permission from her dad to go fight.
Hey, can Alice come out and play?
Yeah.
Did they get permission from Flipper Dipper's dad?
First of all, they did not. You know, Flippa Dippa does what he wants.
Oh yeah.
Flippa Dippa does what
Flippa Dippa, don't you know I
Flippa
got
Dippa.
work? Why you do?
Flippa Dippa, can you wear anything other than a scuba suit? This is
he's
who I
already
am,
gone.
Dad. This is who I am.
I'm a boy adventurer, Dad.
I do the water stuff in the group.
Oh hell, I can't be mad at you. You go do your thing.
And you know
Flippa
what? I'm
Dippa.
helping out. I'm skipping work just to help these guys out.
I'm talking the space machine. Space submarine. Help me out.
So Black Alice has this ability to take. She's not magic, unless she can take a magic ability and become magical. So the plan is, you're gonna steal the Spectre's fucking magic ability and fuck him up while we fuck up Eclipso again.
Jesus.
So they lower him into a trap. Black Alice becomes the Spectre, has the power, but because the Spectre is just a ghost, he can't punch him. You can't punch a ghost. He's all
No.
like, your plans.
Unless you're Danny Phantom.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
plan's fucked up. You can't punch me. And like, yeah, well, I'm gonna fuck up the Eclipso then, start beating her up. And you're like, oh shit. But that's when Nightshade opens up a portal. Because guess what? There's another thing about Eclipso. She's weakened to a sunlight. So they threw that. So Nightshade opens a portal because that's her thing. You remember that from the Suicide Squad?
I do.
Throws that bitch into a portal, and now she's constantly in front of the sun. Yeah.
Gene Loring?
Yeah. We left off.
Holiday.
No, the holiday's a stupid villain.
Holiday.
You know what? It's a holiday. Do you guys want to
It
get
is.
burgers after this?
I say we should get a piece of potato, some little bit of cabbage.
potato. Get a full potato,
What
put
about
it in the
French
burger.
fries?
Oh, there you go. They're called freedom fries around here, buddy.
But how do you guys feel about ending here?
Thank you for letting me
really-
go on that tangent about Deus.
It wasn't a
Vengeance. That was
tangent. It
great.
was an informational.
No, that was
rant.
good. I really like that.
Yeah, you should-
Anything about Spectrum. Spectre.
We
Oh,
Do you
here we
have-
go. Spectre.
Did you have anything more to say to the people, Tommy?
You can find me behind the dumpsters.
Oh.
That's where I sleep. Yep. And the space dumpsters.
Do you need a place
here.
to stay?
No, that space train. I
you can
fell off
stay
the
in
back of
the
it.
Planet Zero ship if you
Stay in the-
want.
Yeah, you can stay on the SS.
No,
well,
no.
the creature's waking up.
Yeah, the
No,
creature
no.
doesn't like you.
All right. Well,
Oh my god, get him! He doesn't like extra pieces.
Eric, anything for? He's getting hungry for burgers. Anything that you have to say?
Swamp Thing.
Swamp
Swamp Thing.
Okay. Swamp Thing.
He is amazing.
Follow us at Book Club from Planet Zero on Instagram, the
Oh, here
Book
we
Club
go
from
again.
Planet Zero on Facebook, and on YouTube, Planet Zero Productions. Also on TikTok at the Book Club from Planet Zero. Give us a follow all there. Join our Discord, and also maybe give to the Patreon. if
Guys,
you're-
support the Patreon.
Support the Patreon.
Yeah, see if Tommy
Support the
says
Patreon.
so.
They're really
Tommy,
good people.
say it.
Support
Say it
Patreon.
again?
Support. They're
No,
really
the
good
other
people.
thing.
They're really good people.
That's it. Say it again.
Eric has a gun right to my
No, he
shoulder right
doesn't.
now.
Don't say that. Say
Christian
it.
has
Say it.
a-
Just read the fucking paper.
Ah,
read the paper.
for-
Read the paper.
I
This
can't
entire-
read. Damn
All
it.
right, guys. We'll see you next week.